I'm Madman Pondo, and what kind of idiot are you that you're not tuning in to the World of Kayfabe podcast? Do it now, or else.
This damn belt.
Oh, it looks like one of those Walmart belts.
Yeah, Luke kept
Like
trying to put it around my waist, and I'm literally standing there. You can see me on camera go, girl, it ain't gonna fit. Girl, stop trying, it ain't gonna fit. And she's like, I can make it fit. And I'm like, you're not gonna, like, we're having a whole
not gonna fit.
Not gonna fit. Yeah, I was like, it's not gonna fit. No, I can make it fit in her little Spanish accent. And so we get in the back and get in the back, and she goes, he's like, well, can we take promo pictures? Can you put it around your waist? I said, dude, look, this is the biggest joke in the world because you all got a belt to fit Lou and Kat and the body and all them other little skinny, scrawny people. I said, but I'm gonna have to put two of these motherfuckers together just to get it around my waist.
They're like, you get like one of those belt extenders from like WWE shop or something. Mm-hmm. One of those strap extenders or some shit.
Well, Dusty had to wear. Yeah. Maybe. Why not? I was like, nah. So then I started taking pictures, like we're using the belt as a bra, but it wouldn't stay up. And Lou was trying to hold it. And I was like, forget it. You just hold it. So now there's a picture rotating around where it says friends, or what did I say? Friends feel up their friends because they're friends. Yeah. And I'm like topless because, you know, we were trying to take a picture with the belt and make it look like all pretty and shit. And it did not at all. But anyways. Well, I thought me being half naked don't look pretty at all. It must have been really high. Okay.
Are we live, Joey?
Yes, we are.
Oh, we've been live?
Yes.
All right, guys.
Are you ready like 5 times, man? Are you sure? I feel like that's
what
you say to people before you're upset.
Oh,
like, now I know what your girls feel like.
Ready.
Are you ready? I had a Canadian guy I dated once. He's a wrestler. And he kept saying, how's that feel, eh? And I'm like, nope. No.
I actually have a buddy of mine that's from Canada. And he says that. Like, he was helping me install a PS2 emulator stuff for my PC. And he's like, yeah, so you just put a game in there, eh? I'm like, whoa.
Sorry, eh? Sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry. It's not even sorry. It's sorry. Sorry. Yeah. I'm good.
All right. So guys, welcome to episode 93 of the World of Kayfabe podcast.
Oh!
I am your host tonight, Danny Kayfabe, along with my two very good friends, Sick Nick Venom and Stagger Lee Crocker. And we have with us tonight a very special guest. You may recognize her from various promotions. CZW, Chikara, IWA Mid-South. She is your reigning and defending XPW Women's Champion. I give you the godmother of Deathmatch fucking wrestling, Mickie fucking Knuckles. How are you tonight?
Mickey. You also guys did a walking episode of Cops.
Yeah, Joe Eastman. Joe Eastman gave me that nickname. I walked out and he just started announcing me. He's like, and the walking episode of Cops. I said, that's possible. Now I've got people convinced I've been on Cops 3 times. Now I have people saying I'm looking for the episodes. I'm like, go up because I ain't. If I'm on
look, I did my best with the intro. I couldn't do as good as Juice was on Juice Pro Wrestling Podcast. I watched both parts of that. Juice is one of our dear buddies here on the show. He is almost, he's a family member here on this show. So shout out to you, Juice. But man, how are you tonight, Mickie?
I'm pretty good. Took a nap before now, and now I'm smoking.
Got your batteries refreshed, and now you're coming down, huh?
Well, the cat was chewing up another. Sorry, I had to throw my champion. Don't tell people. I had to throw my championship towards my cat because it kept trying to chew up this cord. My daughter's cat because it kept trying to chew up this cord. I saved its life, okay, by throwing my belt.
Well, I guess since you're since you're a champion, I guess you have that right to throw your belt at whoever. So who are we to fucking judge?
Well, yeah, Dan. Remember the cats, the kittens I used for the XPW show against Tessa Blanchard?
Uh-huh.
Oh shit.
They're here. Those are my cats now.
Really?
We have them. We rescued them, so now they're here.
Okay, so you're a cat mom.
Yeah. I never liked cats, to be honest, but these cats are two of like the most chilled, loving cats I've ever met.
Yeah.
And I named them. I named the boy Tiger and the girl Lily. So together, because my favorite flower is Tiger Lily.
Tiger Lily.
So together, yeah, they're brother and sister. So.
You know what? Just by the 5 minutes or so we have talked to you, I think you're the coolest person we've ever talked to because you name everything really cool fucking names.
Well, I've got a dog named Luna Vashon Knuckles.
Okay.
That's cool.
I've got another dog. Her name is Princess, but that's because she's a pit bull. But she literally sits like she's just a regal fucking princess. So there's nothing else we could call her. And then we've got a rabbit named Shadow.
Nice.
That's a cool name.
Nice.
Very cool name.
Nice. Well, here at the World of Kayfabe.
You want to go to bed? Hold on.
She's scolding her animals.
You!
Yeah.
Why you started to look like Hulk Hogan over there?
She did the Hulk Hogan point.
Brother!
That's the mom point. No, you said I'm stealing your animals.
I'm going to give me something to drink. I'll be right back, y'all.
So, okay, hold on. We gotta shut this down. Hold on. Go back.
So here at the World of Kayfabe, we usually like to start off the interview with the same question. How did you get into pro wrestling? Like, how did you, or when did you start enjoying pro wrestling?
My sister was a rat. Straight up shoot. No, when I was little, my mom was a single mother, Catholic mother. So, and she worked on the ambulance. She was a paramedic. So she would pull a lot of doubles, a lot of triples. So a lot of the housework and stuff fell on us kids. Like I'm talking by the time I was my son's age, he's 8 now. We were doing our own laundry, cooking our own food. We had 36 animals, like dogs that I would take care of because we kennel trained dogs for the police department and stuff. And then we also held dogs for the hunters. So the beagles would have to be held up in cages up off the ground so their sniffers don't get dulled. And then we have all these other dogs that I would just take care of throughout the year. We got to watch one television show a week, just one. And you got to think this is back before internet, before all that. So on Saturday mornings, they used to have Saturday morning wrestling. And so I would pick once I would get up super early, get all my stuff done that I had to get done that morning. And then I'd be ready, sit at the door. And my mom absolutely hated wrestling, but I just loved it. And then my sister started dating this guy whose wrestling name was Gorgeous Jimbo, whatever, who was training at OVW in Kentucky. And he was trying to get in good with my sis, and she always had to watch us anyways because she was the oldest. And so he took us to a show at the Louisville Gardens. And I remember it's my first live show I ever went to. I remember being there, and I hear this music playing, and I look over and I see this beautiful black woman walk into the ring, angry as hell. It's Miss Texas, Miss Jackie. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. And I keep looking at the entranceway for another girl, but then there's this scrawny guy that comes out and he's running his mouth. He makes his way to the ring, and I'm like, okay, so what's going on? So he gets in the ring and he starts running his mouth, and she hauls off and waylays him, and the bell rings. And it's my first intergender match I ever watched. And I was like, how do I do this? Like this, I've never seen this. Well, you don't see it on the Saturday morning cartoons or TV or whatever for the wrestling shows because they didn't allow it on TV. But Miss Jackie's beating up this guy called Downtown Bruno, beating the shit out of him. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, that's what I want to do when I get older. So that's kind of what made me fall in love with this, the fact my sister was a rat.
Nice. That's awesome. Now,
don't tell her I said that. I don't care.
What year did you debut in wrestling?
2003. I trained for about 2 years before I was allowed to debut because I was told that there was never going to be a bitch graduated from IWA Mid-South.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, Chris Hero trained you, right?
Chris Hero's one of them. I had several different trainers. Hero was one of the mainstay ones. Punk would come in a lot. Tracy Smothers, Michael Todd Morton, or Michael Todd Stratton, however you knew him, Bull Payne. Like, so I had a lot of the traditional old school wrestling training. And then you had people like Chris Hero, who was a huge mark for Johnny Saint, who liked the whole catches, and he would make me watch those tapes and actually do homework. It was crazy. While I was training, I was writing it out today for somebody, but while I was training, like a week consisted of Monday through Thursday, I would train every day with somebody new for about 3 hours at night. And then Friday and Saturday we had shows. So I had to work the shows, clean up, whatever. And then Sunday was a main cleanup day and another training day. And I did all this while still having 2 jobs.
Nice.
Jeez.
Nice.
And now
Very
I'm back
impressive.
To it. You do a lot when you get kicked out of your house because you choose wrestling.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the word CM Punk. Me, Joey, and Nick are huge fans of Punk, and with his return, do you have any cool like CM Punk stories you have about
I have. He used to be like the others, run me through the ringer, which just me. It's a nice way of saying I was their test dummy, so they could pretzel me up and hold me on the mat for hours, trying to make me work out of it, which was good. But at the same time, because I was so young and so green, like they would just be really rough with it, which I'm not complaining about at all. It made me who I am. But one specific time, I came to class and I was really hurt, and I had not. It's kind of gross, but whatever. It's a menstrual issue where my body would start to swell, including my joints, and I couldn't bend my knees and I really couldn't function. But it hit me really hard, and I don't know why. Maybe because of I was strict dieting at the time, wrestling all the time, so I don't know if my hormones were out of whack. But I was miserable. I was sweating, but it was cold sweats, and I couldn't catch my breath. And I came into training, and Punk was there, and he's in the ring stretching out, and I missed one day of training, one day.
Yeah.
But that's because I had to take a lesbian couple to a Heart concert so they could pay for me to get my tags renewed. That's the only day I ever missed, and I had to ask permission to miss that training. Okay, I know, crazy Aunt Mickie. Anyways, for 2 years, yeah, everyday training. But I walked in and he asked me what was wrong, and I said nothing. Let's just go. And he actually broke down. He's like, look, there's something wrong. You have to tell me there's something wrong. Otherwise, I don't know how I can help you. So I told him what was going on. And for that specific class, it was more like he taught me certain stretches that he thought would help my joints and stuff. And he talked about psychology, and we didn't really do a whole lot physical. And that kind of always stuck with me because everybody says that Phil's an asshole.
Yeah.
Phil's from Chicago. Most Chicago people have an attitude about him. It's
Right.
It's just the way they are. But for him to be that nice to me when he really didn't have to be, it says a lot. People are going to make fun of him, but he's just a man trying to make his money. I'm happy that he gets another shot. If he's happy,
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
Now, do you watch him on Raw since he's been back? Well, I mean, he's only been on Raw once, but
yeah.
He'll be back next week.
I watched the return because that was the same night I won the XPW belt.
Yeah.
So on the replays, like I'll pick up little things. I try not to watch wrestling way too much because before in my younger years I would, and then I would wrestle, and you would get so burnt out no matter how much you love wrestling of always being consumed by it. So especially since I have kids and all those other things, like I try to watch it, but I watch it for fan perspective. I don't watch it as a worker's perspective, learning how to do different things. Even though it seems like they do a lot. Rhea Ripley's new little move that she does that I've been doing for like the last 9 years is awesome.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of Punk's return, go back to episode 91 of World of Kayfabe. It's on our channel.
It's somewhere
over. Watch me and Joe. Nick wasn't there, but watch me and Joey.
Somewhere over there. Oh, no, trust me. I was definitely marking out. Like, so the funny thing was I was leaving my buddy's house because we were watching Survivor Series, and we all had a theory Randy wasn't supposed to show up, right? So I'm thinking in my head, Punk's definitely coming back. Like, it's got to happen.
Chicago.
Thank you. Chicago. It's like,
Chicago.
Punk's got to come back.
They're going to chance.
Sure enough.
What happened last time they were in Chicago?
Yeah. You ain't never lying. Well, Orton comes out. Orton looks beefy as fuck. Comes out. And I'm like, okay, Orton got bigger. Cool. So after that ended, I'm like, all right, guys, I'm out. Deuces. I'll see y'all later. As I'm literally walking out the door, Punk's theme hits. And my neck was like what?
Maybe you thought it might have been like a spoof or a rib. I mean, you thought maybe they were going to send out somebody that looked like him.
And the funny thing was, I
thought that. When I heard it, I was like, oh shit, who's going to play Punk? And then when he came out, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I had my CM Punk shirt, right? And I was like, just in case he didn't show up, I'm like, yeah, I have my Oscar shirt ready. Like, yeah, I would just throw that on. Just put that on there. Shirt of Oregon comes out. Yep, I'm going in the truck. Going to take my shirt. Screw CM Punk. Come back on. I'm sorry, Punk. I'm sorry for changing the shirt. I'm sorry.
That's religious.
But yeah, cool moment. Like, but I feel like nothing can top his return in AEW. Like, whenever he showed up to AEW the first time, I think that was probably my favorite. But to each his own. By the way, I'm drinking this nice, beautiful monster, the new Beast or whatever it's called, the Beast Unleashed. Mm-hmm. This one's really good.
I'm heavy into those Ghost orange creamsicles.
Ooh, dude, that's another good one.
No sugar, no calories. Hell yeah.
Have you tried? Hold on. Have you tried the Ghost sour apple warhead one?
I'm not okay. So when I do energy drinks, it's usually when I go to wrestle. And sour things, as I've gotten older, because I've learned that I can't shoot fireball on the way to the ring no more. And I can't drink sour energy drinks on the way because then I'll start burping up the sour taste, and it tastes almost like a mix of sour and acid, and then I want to throw up. And nobody wants to see draws this shit, so I'm like, I'm gonna steer. My old age, like I can't have ice cream anymore, and that used to be my favorite shit, man. I'm lactose intolerant now. What kind of bull crap is that?
Yeah,
that's a great joke on me, and then I can't find a good lactose
with some ice cream bars.
Ice cream.
So, I have another question for you. How was it like coming up in the birth of modern women wrestling with people like Daisy Hayes, Mischief, Lacey, and Sarah Del Rey?
In the beginning, I didn't have them. I actually didn't have any girls to wrestle for the first couple of years, except for the debut match I made with Haley. After that, it was mostly the bookings I got weren't somebody called up me and said, "Hey, can you bring or can Mickie come work the show or anything?" It was I showed up with IWA or Ian or somebody else with my gear bags, and I lucked out. First year in, I had like 150 matches, and I don't think I had any other girls except for that one. But when Prazak came in, that's when they started using, because originally they just brought in Lacey and Ray, and they would always work with each other. And then because they're the Minnesota home wrecking crew up there. And then when something happened, I think one of them got hurt. I started wrestling more and more guys, which was really hard because there was a lot of guys at that time that still didn't believe in wrestling a girl or thought it was stupid and that there's no way that a girl can win a fight, which is fine. So I had to like bully my way onto that, and then I had to bully my way onto death matches. But when Prazak came in and started bringing in like Daisy and Mischief, when they came in with Delirious and Matt Sydal, they'd come in a carload. And so like there would be, and Prazak didn't like me because Ian forced him to use me a lot. Because Ian's like, okay, I'll let you run the women's division, but the whole reason we're having a women's division is because my trainee Mickie. And Prazak kind of grew to resent me, and I think that's what the beef was there. That, and he told me one time when he was drunk I was too fat and I need to learn how to wrestle. And I was like, cool. And right for Daisy Hayes, and Daisy went off on him. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? If you can imagine Daisy mad, she's like this big. So
now if you don't mind me interjecting real quick, you're saying Prazak. Are you talking about Dave Prazak?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I still think he's probably one of the best color commentaries on the independents.
Well,
I love him. Amazing.
But I feel like I said, I feel like he had that chip on his shoulder because he was using IWA as a tester for Shimmer and for Ring of Honor women. We didn't, we obviously didn't know at the time, but that's what he was doing. He was trying to see if women's wrestling could draw and actually get momentum there. And when he found out a way to do it, he started, the Ring of Honor women's and the Shimmer. But when Daisy and them would try to pitch my name, it's like, hey, why don't you book Mickie? He was like, no, I'm not going to. And I think that was out of spite because of his dislike for my boss at the time, which is fine. But because of him, the reason I bring him up is because of him, I got to work with people like Daisy. Because at the time, I was the smallest person usually when I was wrestling somebody else. I never got to be the bigger person. Yeah. And so wrestling with Daisy, I got to do the big man, little man kind of gimmick with her and learn a whole different dynamic of wrestling, a whole different psychology behind it or a different angle from it. And then with Mischief, she was so creative because she used to be a ballerina dancer when she was much younger. That's why she's so bendy and flexible. She's actually a some kind of like legit rocket science. She's super smart too. But she would explain things to me, and we had a clash for a little bit on wrestling because Mischief would have to. I have a terrible memory. Always had terrible memory. If you put concussions and this with it, I don't remember very much. Everything I do is usually off the cuff, very ad lib. Mischief was very organized and detailed, and we get so caught up. And so one time I just begged her. I was like, "Hey, can we try it my way just to see what happens? Just try it one time. Just tell me what big things, and we'll go from there." And it was a good match. And Mischief said that she learned that day, how to trust somebody to do the walk and talk from working with me. So that was pretty cool, especially since they've been in the business longer than me. So.
By the way, I like your Zoom name. That's funny as hell.
Cunt Monkey Master. That's one of my monikers. That intro guy forgot.
That's good stuff. But yeah.
So sadly,
I actually go ahead, Joey.
I was gonna say, so sadly we lost Tracy's mother. Do you have any good memories of him?
I have a lot of memories of Tracy. Like for years, a lot of us are messed up, right? A lot of us, we don't do this because we're happy, normal, healthy people. I mean, if we do, then no, we're still messed up. I'd never really had a dad, and Tracy was the closest thing to a father figure that I have ever had. And I think he was like that to a lot of us. Like, there's not one place you can look right now that hasn't been influenced by Tracy. Tracy's helped more people than we'll ever know.
Yeah.
Tracy's one of the reasons Dolph got his job in WWE. Tracy was a huge Dolph Ziggler fan. He pushed so hard for that guy. Everywhere we went, anybody
I didn't know that.
He liked Dolph, and he liked there was one other guy, but and then if you look in the South, every wrestler has a Tracy story. Or it's like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but with Tracy.
Yeah.
You can always have that. Tracy. Okay, so funny story. Tracy tried to convince me one time that Jessie Bell, the other sister in the STDs, Jessie Bell, was his legitimate daughter. But I've already met all Tracy's kids. And I know what he was trying to do. He's trying to get me to believe in it, because if I believed in it, then everybody else would. It's a good gimmick to run with. But he came up with the story that him and her mom hooked up, and she had her, and then, he just found out about her, and now she wants to be a wrestler. It's Tracy. I love Tracy. His stories are great. So we're driving to West Virginia, and it's just me and Tracy, and I always drove. Tracy's in the passenger seat. He's like, "Mickey Knuckles." He could never say Mickey. He had to say Mickey Knuckles all in one word. Mickey Knuckles, you never talk about your family. I'm like, "All right, Tracy, what do you want to know?" He said, "Tell me about your mom." I said, "All right. My mom died when I was 11, from stomach cancer, and she was a nice, strong lady. I mean, I remember that. She was crazy as hell, and something she did is now considered abuse. But if she didn't do them, I guess I wouldn't be prepared for the ass whoopings I get now. So, thanks, Mom." But Tracy's like, "You got a picture of her?" So I pull up a picture on my sister's Facebook and show her. And I don't know if anybody here's ever talked to Tracy. But for 20 minutes, Tracy did not say a word, and he wasn't asleep. So that's not like Tracy on road trips, because even if he falls asleep while he's talking, he'll wake up 5-10 minutes later, pick back right up where he was at. So if you don't remember what he was talking about, you just nodded your head and said, "Yep, okay." So he's quiet for 20 minutes. I keep checking on him, keep worried about him. I want to say something, but he looks like he's deep in thought. And out of nowhere, he goes, "Make it out." It was June 1989. Steiner Brothers down the street tearing it up at the KFC buffet. Your mom's friend and my friend were in the back room getting it on. Me and your mom watching a movie. And I went, No, Tracy. My mom despised wrestling. No. He's like, "No, because I'm telling you, I remember." I'm like, so I just let him go. He goes, "I got to go to the bathroom." And as I'm walking back, your mama gets up, and I think she's got to pee too. And I was like, "Okay." He goes, "She grabbed me by the arm and dragged me in the bathroom." Now I'm praying to God that Tracy knows because my mom is dead. Maybe to censor because I have a feeling where he's going with the next few parts, but not Tracy. He goes, Mickie goes, your mom went down on me. I said, no, Tracy, I'm telling you, stop talking shit about my mom. And he's like, no, Mickie knows. Remember, 1989, Steiner Brothers. Your mom's friend was back there getting it on, and your mom went down on me. And I'm like, whatever, Tracy. He's like, and then she got up, pulled me in the back bedroom. It was the best 30 seconds of my life. And I went, he's like, I was legit almost your stepdaddy for real. And I was like, all right, Tracy, whatever. So I think maybe this is at the end of it. No, he calls Bull Payne, who's down in Florida. Or no, wait, Bull was still in Louisville. He calls Bull Payne, he's still in Louisville. And he tells him the whole story. And I'm just sitting in the driver's seat just crying in my teeth. Because I'm like, now I'm never going to hear the end of it. And Bull starts cackling laughing because at that time, he was dating my now ex-mother-in-law. So they thought it was just hysterical that they tapped both mother sources. And I said, awesome. Thank you, Tracy. And then they went on to do this promo with Rob Feinstein. And I got blinded. Yeah. I got blindedly pulled into a room. And Tracy's like, Mickie Knuckles, remember that time that I almost had sex with your mom? Or that I had sex with your mom and almost became your stepdad? Oh, and I went, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm
out. That's awesome.
Yeah. He was trying to find a way to link us. He was trying.
See, I think so far Mickie is the most open guest we've ever had. I love it, man.
Not to mention she's our very first female.
Our very first female guest.
Like, professional wrestler.
Yeah. When you sent me a message, I get that message all the time. What can we not talk about? I am an open book. Therapy has
well,
don't judge me. I won't judge you. I don't judge nobody.
I had asked Dan to like, well, wait a minute. Maybe she don't want to talk about certain things. Because we do have certain questions that like, hey, can we talk about this or can we not talk about this?
And some events we actually talked to Pondo about. Pondo's our boy.
Pondo has been a guest on our show.
Pondo is our boy. I talked to him, I kid you not. When I'm at work on a dead day, I have my phone, I'm talking to Pondo. Chatting it up. I
actually tagged you in the post, by the way, on Facebook, by the way.
But if you want to ask her the question about it, go right ahead, Bubba.
Well, we might as well address the 500-pound elephant in the room.
The elefante in the room.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The Levy. I don't know how to say his name. Mike Levy.
Mike Levy incident.
Yeah, the Mike Levy incident. Yeah. I say Levi. I don't know why, but yeah.
So yeah,
walk me through that.
Yeah, we talked to Pondo.
Tyler, you were the first woman
on it. We want to get yours.
Is the first female wrestler that we have on the show.
Okay, so at that time, this is probably the third Queen of the Deathmatch we ran. Now we tried to develop this deathmatch tournament for women because, quite frankly, I think Ian was getting irritated with putting me in King or any other because I would just beg and bug the shit out of him, and then he would do it and then put me against him and whoop my ass for bugging the shit out of me. So we developed Queen, and we always had cancellations. Girls canceled for the dumbest shit. One girl canceled because she just got a tattoo. She knew about the booking for 5 months.
Wow.
Another girl canceled because she's going to get a boob job the week after and doesn't want to be all cut up. You knew about this. So
it was a death match. Come on.
So it would be like that. Or another girl said that she was worried because she just got her nails done for her sister's wedding and didn't want to fuck it up because her sister's wedding was that Sunday. I'm like, dude, you took this booking like we booked people out. So we also booked extras because we just had them coming just in case. And we told them we would put them on a match that was probably non-tournament if nothing opened up. Well, one too many people canceled out. And Mike Burns, who runs Smart Mark Video, and Ian were in the locker room. And they were trying to figure out what to do because we were already well underway. The show was about to start. Some girl called us last minute, said she wasn't coming. And Mike Burns, him talking, and Tank was there because King of the Death match is that night. It was King of the Death was on Friday. The Queen of the Death was Saturday afternoon. And King of the Death, the finals were that night. And it was outside of a bowling alley called Alley
I remember.
Cats.
I actually had that video of that. I have the DVD of it.
So we set up for Queen and stuff, and Tank is there. And I had just put myself in King against Tank and beaten Tank the year before. So Tank was like, what if I put myself in Queen to go go against Mickie to retaliate, but she still ends up getting the better of me. And I love Tank to death, and the fact that he did that is just a big honor. But Ian was for it until Mike Burns goes, no, I got a better idea. There's this guy out there. He actually bought a ticket to get in, but he's all over the internet. He does these backyard shows, and he thinks he should be a part of every backyard tournament. He's got quite a little bit of following. We could use that and put him against Mickie in a squash match to fill the spot and to get some more views and get him some more notice.
Right.
And he's like, okay, we'll bring him back here. So they go out and they get him. They bring him back. He introduces himself to all of us. And Ian said, hey, who were you trained by? And he said some names I didn't recognize, but I'm super young in the business, so I didn't think anything of it. But Ian acted like he knew him, so did Burns. And then he's like, do you know what a squash match is? He's like, yeah. He's like, it's just to get her to advance to the next round. If you do this, we'll try to bring it back for like a future thing, whatever. So before we go out, I said, hey, if you don't want something in the ring, just tell him not to put it in the ring. We won't use it. So I let him do all that. We go out to the ring, and I give him the first shot, and he punches me right in the face.
Yeah, that was a nasty shot, by the way. Like, it was a shoot shot. Like, I don't know.
Like, I had wrestled Necro the year before, like a couple of years before and stuff. So I'm okay with getting hit. I can take a shot. But, like, my understanding was he understood that this was just a squash match. Because he was running his mouth, and I hit him while he was running his mouth. And it was a nice, snug, whatever. And then he punched me right in the face. So I was like, all right, try it again. I went to hit him again. Instead of him selling away, he punches me back in the face. And I went, now I'm thinking it's a situation of, I've got this guy that's in the ring, and he's not doing what the promoter told him to do, that he said he understood. So now I'm thinking he's doing this to try to hurt me, because I've wrestled guys before. There's a lot of guys that have tried to hurt me. So I give him a headbutt. Now, my headbutts, I've always done the unprotected ones, but it's the widow's peak. Right there. Right. It's the junkyard dog headbutts. They're there, but it's not anything that's going to hurt, like anything that's going to distort or hurt any part of your face. I gave him a headbutt, and he headbutted me right in the eye, and he had a hold of me as he kept headbutting me. You can hear me say, stop, don't. I let him get the last one in, and then I just decked him. I didn't want to deal anymore. Did a couple things. I would walk away to give him time to sell, because I was getting irritated because he was no-selling everything. But he would just pop right back up. I'm like, what the fuck? So I tried to give him something else. And the finish was supposed to be me chucking him off the top rope through the barbed wire ladder. But I didn't know if he would land right, and it didn't sit well with me just sending him off. So I ended up doing a belly-to-belly with him so I can guide him down and make sure he landed flatter on the ladder. Because I didn't want something to happen and he nip his head on it or something. I'm not an asshole. I mean, I am, but I'm not. And so we did the belly-to-belly, and when I came down, the barbed wire went into my thumb, ran up my thumb, and came out the top. I couldn't bend my thumb.
Oh,
and then my eye was also, where that knot was, had gotten a lot bigger, and it was putting so much pressure where it was like I couldn't think. So I was like, okay, get in the locker room. So as soon as the match was over, I went straight back to the locker room. Med started working on me, and they cut that open to try to drain it a little bit, and they pulled the barbed wire out. I'm sitting back in the locker room, and I'm hearing commotion, but I'm not thinking anything of it. And I hear somebody come back and say, Mickie, Ian wants you ringside. I was like, look, I got a match right after this intermission. I'm sorry, I'm getting worked on. Tell them I'm getting worked on. I'll take the ass chewing later. So they go back and tell him. And they kept coming back and saying, no, Ian needs you. And it just irritated me so bad. So I was like, fine. So I pushed away from the paramedics, and I went out there. By the time I went out there, he was on the ground, and there's everybody around him. And you see me going, okay, I don't know what happened, what's going on. And then Ian says something about learn to sell or something. I don't know. I was like, okay, I need going back. So Mike Levy came back there. I gave him a beer. I went to go talk to him about the match. He said, thank you for the match. He shook my hand, and then he stayed after Queen to help clean up the death match. And then he left that to go to the hotel to take a shower real quick, then came back and watched King of the Death that night. And then stayed after King to help me sweep up. There's actually somebody's got a picture of it, of us cleaning up the aftermath after King. And we posed for a picture right next to the scaffold. with our push brooms and in one hand, a beer in another, because we had just gotten beers because they had beers at the bowling alley, and we were drinking while we were cleaning up. So I figured everything was fine. Kosher, okay. He's just like one of the people that likes to fight. I can fight. I grew up in the country. What do you think we did when we were bored?
Oh,
bloody knuckles and boxing each other. And then a couple of days pass and get a call from the police department. And they said there was an incident of a gang abuse. And I said, where was this at? And they told me it was at the bowling alley. And I said, during what? And they said, you had a match. I said, well, when I had a match, it was just me and him. And he was fine. I don't understand. I said, I talked to him afterwards. He even hung out, helped clean up. You didn't have to do that, blah, blah, blah. And they ended up dismissing it before they even pursued it, because there was the evidence of him coming back afterwards, having beers with all the wrestlers, chilling out, just being part of the group and stuff, which we didn't care. So that's what struck me as weird. And then the next thing you know, I have people sending me death threats and telling me that they hope that I break a leg. They hope I break my neck and die. When I broke my leg, they told me that I get a blood clot and die. That was my karma.
Oh my God.
All this bad shit. And then while I'm laid up with this thing on my leg, I see these YouTube videos that he released with some other guy. It was another larger guy talking about how IWA can save their financial troubles if they sell my asshole to people to fuck.
Oh my God.
Everybody's saying has a mental issue. Like, really? I never thought there would be a day that I would get so much hate for having a match with a man and then defending myself in that match to make sure I didn't get further hurt.
Right.
And everybody's like, well, that shit afterwards. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I watched it. I don't understand it. Tank broke his damn ankle trying to pop up over his head. You could see him try to lift it. Devin Moore's kick is always that super stiff. Pondo took care of him with that shot. I mean, I was like, I don't know. Maybe they thought it was a work, and Ian, I have no idea. And I don't even know how they all got out there so quickly, because I literally came back and didn't see anybody go into the ring. I made my way back to the locker room, and by the time I came back out, there was all these people around the ring. I was like, huh, this is so weird.
Yeah, because I watched the video, right? I watched the match, and I watched what happened after. And Ian came out, attacked him, and it was like a bunch of other dudes as well that, like, I mean, and I'm sure it was a work, but it begs the question, was it a work or was it a shoot? You know what I mean?
I know talking to like Tank broke his ankle doing the double stomp, because he always does that double stomp anyways off the top, but the way he does it, you can watch him as soon as his one foot is here, he tips it so it goes over top. So it's not like it actually, because he's a 450-pound guy. He doubles off somebody in the grill, they ain't getting back up. And you could see him try to do that, but because it was on the barbed wire ladder, he actually twisted and broke his ankle in the ladder trying to protect him. Jeez. So that's what I tell people. I'm like, I'm not trying to say this kid doesn't have a strong pain determination or anything like that. But if you take somebody like Tank, who's a big guy, which if I'm in a bar fight, I want Tank on my side.
Right.
Tank and Necro, and we got it. Maybe Schlack, just because that's going to be fun. Anyway.
Why that dude's fucking scary.
It was like trying to put logic, but people at that time had already victimized him, and he took 15 minutes and ran with it, which is probably the smartest thing anybody could do, right? They're going to take something that makes them a center of attention and keep running with it. So every so often, something would end up in a message board or on a post from a random source saying, well, what about what she did to Mike Levy? And I'm like, come on, Mike, calm down. Calm down. I don't understand why you want to forever be the guy that got his ass beat by a girl. I don't. But if that's what you want to be famous for, good luck to you. So then years later, people kept pissing me off about it. So I just made a T-shirt that says, do you want to be the next? And it had a blank and then incident underneath of it. So I can just write in their names when I go to wrestling. So if I was wrestling like Thunder Kitty, do you want to be the next Thunder Kitty incident? And then on the back of it, it said hashtag Mike 2008. So I was like, why not? People are gonna villainize me if they want. They have for years just because of my association with Ian and RWA, and I've had to deal with that. And I learned that fuck them. I'm a pretty fun person to be around, I think, and I contribute to
you're
wrestling.
cool as hell on here. That's for damn
Even
sure.
if it's just for entertainment purposes. Think about it. If you go to a wrestling show and it's terrible or it's not your cup of tea, but you saw this one girl in nothing but a thong and bra get slammed on light tubes and cut in the ass with gusset plates and stuff, you're going to remember a half naked broad. That's all I'm trying to do is just make a memory.
Yeah.
Like, I mean.
And that happened over like 10 years ago. And I mean, I'm sure.
When I was having complications during my pregnancy with my daughter, they were talking about how they hoped that they would wish I would die or I'd lose my kid.
Oh my God.
That's
okay. Yeah, that's
over the too far.
That's over the line. That's too much. Now let me ask you this: whenever you do appear on a podcast, does people like often ask you about the Mike Levy incident?
They do, and I'm more than happy to talk about it because it happened, whatever. But at the same time, I just wish that people. I wish that people, because it's been this way almost all my time in wrestling until most recently with this whole new woke environment. But I wish people back then, I wish people back then would have just stopped and realized, certain things, especially about, if I don't think I'm a badass, but if I really wanted to hurt him, he's got a dick and balls. That's the one weakness women or men have over women. I will grab that like I'm trying to start a lawnmower. Like, you gonna lose it if you make me mad enough, or if I have to worry enough. Oh yeah,
did you want those battle axes? Just snip
it's all in the shoulder. You just got a nice jerk.
It's like, this ain't gonna hurt a bit. What would you do? I'm just taking balls.
Thing is love,
Yeah, just count to 10 and you'll be all right. Just chop the son of a bitch and that's it. I watch too many horror movies.
I don't know. I'll explain it and it'll be written about in a book, and I'll still get questions about it and asked if I was shooting on him and stuff. And then to that answer, I'm like, if I was shooting on him, why would I let him hit me with things?
Right.
If I was shooting on him, why would I go ahead and just say, you know what, it ain't worth fighting against you. We'll go tit for tat. Because that's all it ended up being. Was like, all right, I'm not going to sit there and try to whoop this kid's ass. But if he's going tit for tat, we're going tit for tat. And that's what I did. If I really wanted to hurt that kid, I would have just shit him and dropped off that rope, onto that ladder, and didn't care how he fucking landed. And that's what I try to explain to people. I'm only a psycho crazy bitch when I get pushed to be a psycho crazy bitch.
Yeah.
And you can see me walking away trying to calm down because I am Irish and Italian and Native American Indian, and my temperament is different sometimes.
Native American,
yeah, right. So I think everybody is.
At some point
they raped everybody up there. Anyways, but it's just, it is what it is. It's something I'm probably always going to have to answer to, and I still get death threats and people posting on YouTube videos talking about how fuck me and they hope that I never wrestle again, let alone walk again, because of what I did to Lightning Mike Levy. I'm like, you know what? Whatever.
Man, and that's sad that people still have to troll you over that.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's pathetic.
That literally happened with 15 years ago.
If that's something that they need to brighten their day, then so be it.
That's sad.
You'll brighten your day up by making badass carry Christmas tree toppers and throwing your belt at your cat. And
hey, cat, take this!
Not at the cat. Don't get PETA on my
Dan, the hell's wrong with you?
All right.
He's not trying to kill the cat.
In the cat's direction.
Jesus, I just scared the cat from stopping.
Yeah, it's gonna be on a freaking commercial.
Guys.
In the arms.
But I do want to ask you about your brief run in TNA. I know you weren't there long, right?
No, just a couple shows. But it was all right. There was definitely a cliquey vibe with the girls. There? Oh yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. You were with the beautiful people, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was safer to put me with them than make me wrestle them, I guess, because Angelina Love hated me.
Really?
Well, okay, let me explain. There's a story there. So
please tell us.
I mean, if you ain't got time, I don't have to tell you. But
Joey,
when
Joey,
Frank
record
was
this.
booking the girl stuff, we wrestled in Lafayette, Indiana a couple of times, different shows. And so he had booked me versus Angelina Love on one of those shows. And we get in the ring. She does all her stuff that she wants to do. I go to hit her with the forearm, and she just drops like a sack of potatoes and doesn't get up. So I'm like worried, concerned, because I'd always worked snug when I was younger, but that's because that's the way I was trained. I was told if I didn't hit them, that I was going to get my ass kicked when I got in the locker room. So, so we got in the locker room, and I told her, I said, hey, was everything okay to us? She didn't complain or say anything. She's like, yeah, everything's fine. Okay. So then that was around the time Prazak was talking to Ring of Honor, Gabe and them, about booking Ring of Honor Women's. And Tracy Brooks, which I absolutely adore Tracy Brooks. Tracy Brooks had told him, hey, you need to book Mickie. And he's like, well, Angelina says she's unsafe and she's going to hurt people. And they live together in that house up there. And so Tracy told Prazak, and Prazak, said something to me. Well, we got booked against each other again. And same thing. We went and did like funny haha spots in the beginning. And then I gave her a solid strike, and she dropped like a sack of potatoes. Now I'm getting a little irritated. So I get in the back and I said, was there anything wrong with that match or anything I can change for next time? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, everything was fine. But then she ran back and ran her mouth to Gabe and them, talking about how I hurt her again. And Prazak came back and said, he's like, I'm booking you against her again, but this is what she's doing, so you need to fix this. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, you need to make her shut the fuck up. Okay. So I did the B-boy drop kick with permission from B-boy, but it's where they're sitting down in the corner with the buckles behind them. And drop kick them in the face. And I told her, I said, I'm going to go do this drop kick. Please make sure that the turnbuckle is at your shoulder blades, not behind your head, because your head needs to have somewhere to go. Okay. So we go to do everything. And I told her, I said, from the get-go, hold on 1 second.
No, take your time. Take your time.
Oh, yeah, you good.
If you need to do a fan, perfect.
I got a fan right now. Matter of fact, Hogan.
Hey, no.
I'm kidding, Hogan. No, don't show up, Hogan. Don't show up. Don't show up, Hogan.
Anyway, sorry, I'm back. Guess who's back? Anyways, so we go to wrestle the match, and this time I had her start off where she would start off hot, and she would attack me because she was heel at that time, and I had her start off hot. She got me in the corner, punched me in the face, kicked me in the vagina, like,
oh my god.
Okay. I was like, okay, fine, bet. So she goes to shoot me off in the corner, and I reverse her. She takes the buckle. I go do a running shoulder tackle. She sits down her ass. I go to run into, after I, signal the B-boy, I go to run in to do the B-boy, and I noticed that her head is right there at the turnbuckle, or like with the back. And I was like, I told her not to. Threw it anyways. We get in the back. She can't like move her jaw. So I think I end up dislocating her jaw, breaking her jaw. And I was so mad. I was just so irritated because all it would have taken if I did something she didn't like is just talk to me like a normal human being.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't get along well with some females. This is why. Just tell me what the fuck I did. If I did something wrong, I'll apologize. I'm the first person to apologize to E-Pro. She got back. She was kind of complaining. I walked over to her and I said, now, is there anything that happened in that match or the other two matches that you didn't like or you weren't comfortable with? She's like, I think you broke my jaw. I said, well, the next time you start running your mouth and talking shit, remember you're going to get hit. And then at the time she was kind of sneaking around with another wrestler. It was in the locker room. So I apologized to the wrestler that I lost him his blowjob. He's like, oh, she's still got an asshole. I was like,
Mama said knocked you out.
It was at that point, it was like there had been so much. And then if this girl's going to tell people I'm unsafe, that I hurt people and everything else, fine, fuck it. Let me be her villain. So I said, people need villains. Ding. I love it. I've always loved the villains. I got Maleficent on my arm because I love the villains.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm a villain type of guy too, so I'm Daniel's villain. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. So what did Lucha Macho say? I feel like that story has some deep stuff.
So yeah, when I went to TNA to finish it, when I went to TNA, she found out I was with them. She wasn't happy. She told everybody in the locker room about it, about me hurting her and stuff. So, needless to say, one, I was told by Jeff Jarrett he did not want me wearing makeup because my character was to be like this tomboyish, was to be me, which is perfectly fine by me. I fucking hated wearing makeup at the time. And two, I hated being in the locker rooms or dressing rooms because it really was like a clique. It was like being in high school all over again, and they're the mean girls, and you can't sit with us, you know. But because Homicide and Hernandez and them were working there, and I had known them because of Ian, you know, I kind of just hung out with them. They got upset because they got catering, and down there they had like healthy food, and I had actually gotten yelled at because when I debuted, I had like the 2 weeks before I debuted, I went hard on this diet, was running 2 or 3 times every day trying to drop this weight. When I got to TNA, my shorts were really baggy, and Jarrett was like, "I thought you'd be a little bit bigger." I was like, "Oh well, I lost some weight for this." He's like, "No, we want you like you are." And so he had some people from television go out and get me some chicken nuggets and French fries and chocolate shake from McDonald's. So I'm sitting there eating unhealthy fucking food while everybody else has got this healthy catering. And yeah.
By the way, not to cut you off or anything, but we do have an episode of How I Feel About Jeff Jarrett. It's we premiered it last year. Go check out that episode, me, because I had a micro brawler because I used to collect stuff from Pro Wrestling Tees, not Pro Wrestling Tees, Pro Wrestling Crate, and one of the stuff was a Jeff Jarrett micro brawler, and so I literally, because I can't stand Jeff Jarrett, I just never liked it. I thought this man could never draw a dime. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Dan wasn't there that night, so we had another friend of mine, and I literally decided to chop up this Jeff Jarrett Michael Brawler into bits, and that ended up becoming the thumbnail of the podcast. Like it was like the Child's Play cover, like the first one where he has the scissors and he's about to cut the clown's head. But we replaced the clown with Jeff Jarrett, and we put me with the scissors. So yeah, don't give me a pair of scissors. Yeah.
Okay, Sid.
You hush it over there, Joey.
You gonna stay barn?
Hey, look, you calm down over there, sir. Anyway,
Sorry, I'm holding a couple of pussies. Give me a second.
I was about to say, are you holding some pussies over there?
You know, you hold all the pussy you want to.
I do. That's why I don't give books in places.
You know, here at the World of Kayfabe, we're open to all types of pussy.
Yes.
Especially Dan. No.
Furry pussy.
Yep, got you. We're talking about cats, right?
So I actually got a question for you.
Life piece of crap.
I actually got a question for you. I'm new to the game, kinda. You've never wrestled in GCW yet, have you?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be up to it? I think those GCW crowds are hot. I think you'd be perfect.
Well, given the right circumstances, it would depend on the circumstance. Right now, because of the little war of companies, I feel like if there was any conversation at this moment about me coming to GCW, I think it would be in retaliation against the person or the company I have their belt. Does that make sense?
Really?
And unfortunately, you get a lot of that, and that's when you kind of have to either choose money or morals.
Really?
And I'm a sucker for morals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, wow. So I won't. So
no, I will. But it would just have to be done in a way that it's not going to depreciate my value at other companies as well. It's just being smart.
Really?
Yes, because if I'm somebody's champion, I take that as a sign of a respect that they believe that I can hold that and bring some type of accreditation to it.
Yeah.
So, and I don't take that lightly. And a lot of times I'm like, no, I don't really think you should put the belt on me. I'm not a big belt person. I just, I feel uneasy about them, I guess. But if
just do it at a cat. No.
right? Trying to get PETA to come and storm my house now.
Yeah, shut up.
No. We won't let that happen.
And I'm gonna be on the next TV show of Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix. Don't.
A walking episode of Animal Planet.
Shut up. Well, if you saw my love life, it's probably very similar. So.
Whoa. Bad boy.
But yeah, and like I said, it would have to be done at a time in a way that not only gets over what they want to accomplish for booking me, but also protects and safeguards other companies that I currently work for. Without, I'm not gonna Jimmy Jacobs it and throw somebody's belt in a trash can, unless I'm Jake Christ and I don't get paid by Ian Rotten, because that shit was hysterical. The only time I was like, good for you, buddy.
Yeah, I know right now he's the Wrestling Revolver World Champion. That's a good promotion if you've never ever watched it.
It is. I watched the
Revolver Wrestling, Mickie. Take your time, watch it. It is good stuff.
Yeah, the recent one was really good.
In a world where there's so much indie wrestling and it's really hard to choose, Wrestling Revolver is, man, it's good.
My friends work there. I watch it. I watch indie wrestling more than I do like professional mainstream.
Yeah, I mean, in indie wrestling, I credit this to Nick right here, because before really talking to Nick, I really didn't watch a lot of indie wrestling and just never cared to watch it. Now, ever since we became really good friends, and Joey as well, I've watched so much more. But my big kick is right now, I love I'm a big FMW fan. I love watching old Onita, Hayabusa, High Awesome shit. I love it. Do you watch any of that as well? Like old stuff?
Why am I hearing myself?
Is it that good shit you got that's making you hearing yourself?
No, it's like an echo of like somebody
say if you got good stuff, it'll make you hear stuff.
It's like whenever you're playing GTA and you're high as hell and you hear yourself.
Luna's driving me nuts. Hold on.
No worries.
What?
Bro, Nick, she's fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
She's fucking great. I love it. I love a guest that just keeps talking. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. We need more people like that.
I'm gonna get her to. We're still live, pal.
Yeah, Joey.
Yeah.
Dan, shut up.
I didn't see the recording thing.
I'm over here just playing with my Hayabusa mask.
Yes.
I should have done this for Halloween. Now that I think about it, I should have worn this for Halloween.
I wore a Psycho Clown mask.
I did,
but I couldn't, because it was complete latex. I couldn't get it past my head, so I had to like paint his face on me and then put it like wear it as a hat out to the ring. Well, yeah.
I did Oscar Mayer.
So yeah, I do watch Japanese wrestling. I haven't watched a lot of it lately. I'm jumping back in, guys. Come on.
No.
Come on.
I said I did Oscar Myers for Halloween.
You did? You were a wiener?
So I was a hot dog wiener with Michael Myers mask.
That could open up a whole new fetish or horror movie site.
Yes, it could. Yes, it could. It could. Hey, it couldn't be any more worse than Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I mean,
I
almost bought that DVD.
Guys.
I've seen it. It's the most horrible yet most beautiful low-budget horror movie.
I kind of go to Pondo for all my horror movie needs.
He's definitely a movie junkie.
Yeah, he messaged me the other day and was like, "Yo, Dan," because he calls me Dan. He's like, "Yo, Dan, you excited about Terrifier 3?" I said,
"Yes."
Hell yeah.
That's my shit.
I think we should take a field trip and go see it.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you, where do you reside at?
I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I live real close to Pondo.
Do you really?
I thought she was going to bust out with Parts Unknown or something. Like, I live in Parts Unknown.
Louisville, Kentucky.
From my mom's shoot. Yes.
I ain't give you my shoot location. The fuck, bro?
Yeah, we're gonna get him again on the show pretty soon. Probably when Terrifier 3 comes out, so we get his opinion on it.
I will say the first one was really awesome, and like the second one was a lot better.
Yeah, I didn't like. I like the first one better than the second.
That's how I feel. Like the second one had better story in a way, whereas the first one had like really good kills.
Don't let Pondo talk you into watching Serbian film.
Serbian? Wait, why?
Did you say Serbian?
I think I just opened up a can of worms.
Serbian film.
Yeah, Serbian is Russian.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yes.
Oh
yes.
no, they do English subtitles, but that's not why you shouldn't watch it. When Pondo made me watch it, we were all living in a house together. It was me, Pondo, and a guy named Juicy Jimmy, who's my big gay friend. Pondo comes in, and we're probably about 3 bowls deep. Pondo's like, "Hey, you want to watch this horror movie?" And I'm like, "Sure." Right? Let me pack another one. Right? So I'm packing this bowl, and he starts it, and it starts off great. A guy's filming a porn outside of a club, and he's getting like serviced in the back of this alleyway, right? And you're like,
yeah,
oh shit, this is the starting point? Hell yeah, we're doing great. You don't have to wait all the time. But that movie was like a snowball of, I had nightmares. And it's not because it's gory or anything like that. It's just so fucked up. When you think it can't get any worse, it gets so much worse. Like so much worse. And Pondo tells everybody, like, Zoom don't read the reviews, don't read the story, just go and watch it blind. Don't watch it, because I'm still horrified by some of those scenes, and it was just fucking disturbing.
I might watch it.
So what's the one? So there's Pearl, Maxine. Oh my God, what's the first one where it's like in the 70s and they go and they drive to Texas to film a porno, and the old guy in
Massacre?
No. Yes. Dude,
wait, what was it?
X. So there's X, there's Pearl, and then there's Maxine, the third one.
Yeah.
Dude, X is so fucking good.
Is it?
Bro.
I'm gonna show my age. I never heard of that movie.
Dude, it just came out like 2 years ago.
Oh.
Dude, it's campy as all fuck, but it's so good.
My bad.
You know, that's how I met my now boyfriend, fiance.
Congratulations!
Hell yeah.
We're not in any rush to get married. I just got over a bad divorce, and I am not in any hurry to jump back into that. We're here.
I don't blame you.
But it's pretty cool. So the way we actually, he's a wrestler too. That he's like a local wrestler, and he's fine with that. But I sent him something on Facebook, you know, just making sure he was okay, because he was going through a rough time too. And I had asked him a questionnaire, and I had purposely changed one of the questions in the questionnaire to say, "Could you ever be friends with benefits with somebody?" Just to see what he would say. Because why not? And he answered, "It depends." So I told him, I said, "Hey, you know, I don't have my kids this day. Do you want to come over and hang out and watch a movie?" He's like, "Oh, I've got this great new horror movie that I want to see. The commercial looks great for it, the trailer. We should definitely watch it." And I'm like, "All right, cool, bet." That was the worst movie I've ever, like, we literally kept watching it, and I was like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on, and it's so not cool. But that led to us hanging out later. My daughter's with the earshot. Hanging out later. To initiate their friends with Benny's, and then we were friends with benefits for almost a year before I told him that we could. I would like to try a relationship. So
now I got to ask you. What movie caused y'all to fucking
Unicorn Killer?
Unicorn Killer.
Unicorn Killer.
That is the
guy
most
walks
unoriginal fucking name.
With this horse head on, and he's got a Speedo and sparkly white boots.
That's some shit like you would see on Dead Rising, the video game. Nick's like, "Shit, let me go get my boots."
Yeah, sparkly boots.
Wow.
It sounds like so some terrible. Like Dead Rising.
Like, if it wasn't for that terrible movie, who knows what would have happened?
I'm about to text my girlfriend this. Hey, you want to go watch Unicorn Killer?
Yeah.
Good movie.
She will just get so distraught. She'll be like, you know what? Let's go have sex instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey, hit it.
Where's that LA Night soundboard? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the whole thing. Okay.
There it is.
I just watched the Adam Sandler movie, where he plays like the famous kid that hooked up with the teacher and had a kid.
Yeah, I remember watching that years ago. I don't remember the name of it though.
Yeah,
I think you're
Google
trying to
that.
find it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mickie. Google that, Joey.
That's my boy.
That's my boy. Yeah.
Oh God. That was a movie.
Yeah, that's the description of the movie. It's a movie. It's
a movie.
Is that the movie with? I'm gonna sound stupid as hell. Is that the movie with Andy Samberg? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I remember I watched that for like the
Adam
very
Sandler
first
has
time.
sex with the grandma.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That shit was wild, bro.
It was awesome.
Good shit. But yeah, so
Right,
what music do you listen to?
I like a little bit of everything. It just
What was
depends on
your
the
recent
mood.
player?
I like the grunge 90s, 2000 rock. I like the old school hip hop.
Nice.
Like Notorious B.I.G., Tupac.
That's a good
I
shit.
do like Eminem. Judge me all you want, but I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
I even listen to Ghost sometimes. Bob Marley.
Ghost is the shit.
Miley Cyrus, because I think she sounds a lot like Stevie Nicks sometimes. And I'm a huge Stevie Nicks fan too. So
She was actually in New Orleans, I believe, like recently. I want to say she was in New Orleans, and that's where I'm kind of from. Like I'm 2 hours away from New Orleans.
I've always wanted to go to Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, maybe we should go and just tape it.
Dude, it's literally the Mardi Gras like capital of the world. New Orleans.
Of course.
So, Mickie, since you're an Adam Sandler fan, do you recognize where this is from?
It's a John Cena shirt.
No, it's the Bourbon Bowl.
It's Waterboy.
Yeah, it's my Bobby Boucher Bourbon Bowl jersey.
My mom.
Unfucking believable.
The only person.
So they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
So I went to the mall Monday to go take my daughter to go see Santa, and the only person that recognized this jersey was fucking Santa Claus.
Hell yeah, Santa!
He was like, man, that's a
my mama
badass
said.
jersey.
My mama
He was like, that's such a great jersey, and I was like, yeah, it's the greatest football player that ever lived. I don't care.
Curtis Santa, you wrong.
So.
And Mickie Bellico showed me her boobies, and they were nice.
I like them too.
I like them too.
All right.
Daniel FaceTimed me that day. He's like, hey, buddy, look what I got. And I'm at work, and he's like, yeah, this is what I got. And it's like, oh, dear Jesus, why did you get that? Why?
It's awesome.
It's actually really good.
Because even if nobody knows what it is, it makes him look like he's a football player. So they're like, "Hey, what's up?" Because they
and your friend Renee Boucher,
yeah,
loved the fuck out of this jersey.
Yeah, Davey tagged him in it and all that. Well, the guy he liked to mock all the time.
Yeah, we'll save that for another time. But
yeah,
do we have anything else left for Mickie while we're here?
I will say this. I started jamming out to, I don't know if you're into this band or not. Sleep Token. Yes. I have been a huge fan of Sleep Token. They're kind of, I will say they're like ambient metal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're very
they're kind of like Tool.
They're very get high.
I use like heavy stuff too, like the Paramedics.
Sorta.
Fun fact, I wore that shirt to wrestle when I tagged Matt Tremont for the King and Queen tournament. And I didn't know that, but now I got to hang out with Schlack, and that's apparently one of the bands he used to be in. And I was like, it is a small fucking world.
Talk to me about that. How was hanging out with Schlack? Because I hear a lot of crazy stories.
That dude is fucking scary.
I watched an episode before. So before you say anything, I watched an episode of Juice Pro Wrestling Podcast, which is our good friends over there. Which Shred is actually my uncle. It's good shit. No, but really and truly, like he seems like a crazy motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, but he's an honest crazy motherfucker.
Yeah,
which
obviously,
if you're gonna have a combination, that's the combination you want, right?
Oh yeah.
Just being like Schlack brings so much to the locker room, but he's very passionate about wrestling, about deathmatch wrestling, protecting deathmatch wrestling, you know, going to the extreme that he needs to go because he's fucking Schlack.
Right.
And I think that's one thing, you know, one thing amongst a lot of things that we have in common is that we both try to go as balls to the walls as we can every time, like it might be our last time. The other thing about Schlack is, you know, he can be soft spoken. If I've seen him like defuse a situation where there was somebody that was kind of near the group that wasn't supposed to be, you know, made everybody uncomfortable, and let it be for Schlack to be the nice guy, be like, hey man, making people uncomfortable, you're gonna have to leave. Like super nice about it. But then he turns around, and he's like, what the guy, motherfucker? And I'm like, buddy, you got some fuses loose, and I like it. It's okay, we can be friends. But like I said, I can't wait to go to England with Schlack and Necro. That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Awesome. That sounds
they already said that the people that are hosting us or whatever. I don't know if we're staying in a host family or if we're staying in a hotel, but they said the people that are going to be in charge of us, basically our handlers, are excited and scared. That's awesome. If you had to pick 3 people to represent American Deathmatch, why not?
When are you going over there?
In February.
Nice.
February.
And now, is this your first time to the UK?
No, this is my second time. The first time into the UK, I was 20. And I went over there. Because somebody got sick and they needed another American for this deathmatch tournament they were having. So of course, because they were taking Ian pitched my name because I had a passport. And voila, I went over to England. And they had shown clips of me just getting my ass beat by like Necro, Brain Damage, Tank, you know, all these big guys. And there was an actual like boycott picket out in front of the building of all these women because they thought it was promoting domestic violence.
Oh, wow.
And I had to explain to them. I said, first off, you should have probably picked some better clips, but I get it. It was the bloodiest scenes that's looking for in deathmatch promotion. But at the same time, like I had to cut a whole promo after the match because I invited the women in to watch it. I said, look, you don't have, you know, just come in and watch this one match, my treat, but I want you to like, just watch what I do. And then if you still think what I do is disrespectful, you know, or disgraceful to women, I won't come back over here and do it. And so they came in and watched it and they actually liked it. Because like I said, during the matches, I do get my ass beat a lot, but I also am very resilient. Like I said, I got my ass beat a lot as a kid. It's nothing new. Built me up to this, made me thicker on the skin. But at the same time as I also dish back out. I'm not just some damsel in distress that needs somebody to help me. I'm somebody that is very capable of getting into a back alley fight, and I may not win, but the other person's going to know. Like,
yeah, for sure.
That's how I feel. That's just my general consensus of life. And then after the match, they were happy. And then right after my match, they had some weird 5-way between some girls. It was right after my match. I was so irritated. And the whole match consisted of them giving a lap dance to the wrestler that was like guest reffing the whole match. And that's all it was. And I was like, okay, look, that probably should have been put on before I went out there and got my ass kicked and trying to prove that women can be in this level with the men. And then that, like, it just irritated me so much. And then there were so many guys over there that was pissed off that we were over there. And actually they yelled at us and told us that we were taking their spots. And I was like, well, you need to talk to the promoter. I just got booked. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, Ian says, well, you can't do what we do. And I was like, here we go. So it was like mixed feeling, I guess. But like after I wrestled there, I felt like I accomplished something because at least I got some of those women that were so dead set against it, that were so ready to just die on the stone for it or whatever. To get actually where they're like, okay, now this makes sense. And they even told me, well, if we would have saw some clips of you beating up Ben, we probably would have came and watched. And I'm like, I didn't make the clips. That's it. You know, that was their bad promoting, and thankfully they didn't get the show shut down, but they wanted to.
Now, usually one of the final questions that we ask a guest before we wrap it up is, if you have a dream opponent that you can still get in the ring with and have a death match with, who would it be? And it could be anybody. We don't care.
If you say Daniel, I won't. I'll watch it.
Really? You know what? I bet, no knock against him, but I bet you can put on a better death match with him than Joey Janela did. I love Joey Janela to death, but they built that match up to be the greatest death match. And
yeah, it wasn't.
That would just be my first pick is June. The second pick would probably be Alex Colon.
Ooh,
okay.
Or Sick Boy or Pagano.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was choosing guys. That's what I would pick. If I was choosing girls, God, it killed me that that Con came over here, and I didn't get to work with her.
And you're talking about Awesome Kong? Okay.
I'm high.
Are you talking about Aja Kong?
Yeah, Aja Kong.
Aja Kong. Okay.
I wanted to wrestle her, and she came over here. Mayami Toyota.
Okay.
I love watching her stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she's not doing it anymore, but that would have been a dream of mine.
Because she was an FMW, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah.
I got to wrestle Megumi Kudo, so that was really cool.
Oh, wow.
So, like, and then from Mexico, I'm trying to think of a girl from Mexico I haven't worked with that I want to.
Who's the woman in XPW that wears the mask?
Ludart.
What's her name?
Ludart.
That's it. Have you wrestled her yet?
Oh, yeah. That's who I won the belt off of.
Mm-hmm. That's who I thought. I just didn't want to sound like an idiot.
I mean, that's 90% of the time.
The first time, fun fact, the first time I wrestled her was actually in Mexico. It was in Mexico City, and it was for her belt that she held down there, and I actually beat her for that belt. Wow. And brought it back to America, and it's never been taken back to Mexico. They never brought me back for it. So I just
really? So do you still have that belt, or?
It's somewhere. My kids started playing wrestling because we used to get her like little leotards and stuff, and she'd do her entrance and stuff and carry belts and pictures. So yeah, but it's somewhere.
Yeah, I'm the new Mexican champion now.
That's cool, yeah. I'm the Mexican Deathmatch champ.
That's right.
That's cool.
This belt's never leaving me now.
Ever since we wrestled that match in Mexico, it's kind of been like kindred spirits. Fun fact, it's going to sound creepy now. I'm going to say it out loud, but it's not meant to be creepy. There's 4 wrestlers that have known Necro since they were 17. And it's me, Sage Sin, LaDark, and Randy West. And look how we all turned out. So, just saying.
Nice. That's cool. Wow, that's cool, yeah.
But not in a dirty, don't get it. No. He's been like, no. Anyways.
Wow.
I was just coughing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I really was just coughing. I was literally just coughing just now.
Yeah, Nick, we seen where that was going.
I was literally just coughing. I had something stuck in my throat.
Yeah, he went.
Bro, I literally had something stuck in my.
Hang up, I'm getting your address.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna give my kids Mountain Dew and Pixie Sticks and drop them off at your front step. You're welcome.
Yep.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Roundhouse kick you. Hey.
I'm a scissor kick you in the back of the head.
They're fired.
Generation my ass. Tom Brokaw was a punk. One of my all-time favorite movies, man. I
She
love
bought
Tom
me like a spider monkey.
Like a spider monkey.
Well, Nick, do you want to do the outro and let Mickie promote her wherever she's going to be?
So this is where we move. We shut up and we let you do your promotion, like where they can find you, how they can find you, and all that good stuff, and put down your social media and anything else. So this is.
Oh, can I also do a personalized message?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Okay, because this will all be edited, I guess, right?
No, not at all.
Well, I don't know. Joey may edit.
Fuck no, it's unedited.
Before we go into that, so I've been at this new kick for about 4 years, almost going on 5, right? Since I've been back, and I've been doing pretty well. I think most of my matches, people seem to like them. They seem to entertain people.
Entertain me,
So I'm just gonna start having to call out people until I get the matches that I've been told that I need in order to be the top echelon of deathmatch wrestling's elite. So I'm still waiting because it looks like they give every other girl the opportunity to wrestle these guys, but the motherfuckers forgot about Dre. So John Wayne Murdoch, Alex Cologne, try to think because I'm really high. I've never wrestled Schlack one-on-one at all. I've never wrestled. Well, I haven't wrestled Necro in a long time. That would be good. I'd love to wrestle Necro again, especially now that I heard his punches are even harder. Jesus. Like any top name deathmatch guys that you can think of that everybody puts on that shelf of being the baddest motherfucker. How come I can't get my matches with them? Like, I know I'm not skinny and I know I'm not pretty, but damn, I show my butthole every damn show. What else do you want from me? Really? And I do it while I'm getting you know how many times I've gotten cuts down there? Really? It's messed with my love life. Not so much so because, when there's a will, there's a fucking way. But, I'm sacrificing a lot just to get the shit that I need. So, I mean, I'm not going to blow any promoter because if I want to blow somebody, it's going to be because I want to blow them, not because I'm trying to get a push. That's just stupid. But with that being said, don't raise your eyebrows at me. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I want you to shoot.
Please shoot. Please
shoot.
This is come to a podcast and shoot as much as you want.
I feel like because if these guys weren't so scared, that I feel like at this point it's no longer they don't know. I feel like they're scared that I'm gonna go code Mickie on you and kill you. And that's not why I want to play with you all at all. I'm just doing it solely just to make sure when people do the Mount Rushmores that at least I'm in like 1 out of 1,000. That's all.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't know what else I have to do other than start calling like Shane Douglas and these motherfuckers. Just like, what the fuck? Just show up at shows and be like, I'll get next. I'll wait. Like, I don't know what else to do. So at this point now, it's a point of, I think they're scared. And if they weren't scared, they have every right, because I know they've got the pool to do it, to go to any promoter and say, hey, I think you should let me wrestle Mickie. Because I've known y'all for years. But I feel like you're ducking and diving.
Right.
And that's what I feel. Because you're friendly to me in the locker room. You're friendly to me everywhere else. But you give every girl around me a shot. But not me.
Yeah, I think it's the time you make your shot.
Give Mickie a shot.
Hashtag give Mickie a shot.
Give Mickie a chance.
Yeah, can we make that? Hey, can we make that a hashtag here at the World of Kayfabe? Hashtag let Mickie fuck someone up.
Better yet, I got a better one. This may copyright infringement, but I don't really give a shit. Fight Mickie fight.
Fight Mickie fight.
I like it.
So
You know what I mean?
I almost just texted Pondo just now and said, "Hey, Mickie is on our show right now, loading up the promo gun, about to shoot on all your asses."
I'm loving it. I'm
Me.
here for
I have
it.
no problem with wrestling me. I have the most fun when I wrestle, but we have more fun tagging because it's like an instigation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he does some bullshit when we tag where we'll be on a PG show where I can't curse. And he'll go, "Hey, we're heel," and hand me the mic and say, "Cut a promo," right in the middle of the ring in front of everybody. I'm like, "You son of a bitch."
No swearing. Joey, did you just fart, by the way?
No.
Who?
Somebody just farted. Was it you, Dan?
I reset
No.
my chair. My chair makes squeak
Oh,
noises
that's what
when I
that was. I
rematch.
thought you farted or something. Because the way you got up and just I mean, like literally, he literally just got up like the whole time. At least I muted my mic. Whatever.
That's awesome.
Look, I had to mute my mic when I had to fart. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry, like but Joey just went like he literally like
before where I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you something, and I hope these people don't figure out it's me. But I don't think they will. Anyways, I was wrestling the show in Alabama, and it was kind of like at this church kind of building where it's like the old stone cathedral type.
Yeah.
And we had to go out from the outside inside to the entrance. And it was freezing cold anyways. And so I'm getting ready to go and it hits me and I've got a fucking shit. And I'm like, dude, if I take a bump, it's going to come out. Like I already know. Like it's at the door knocking. It's begging. It's like, please, mommy, let me out. I just
she said I'm prairie dogging it.
And so the match before us just ended and I said, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. Do I have time? They said, no, they're getting ready to announce right now. I'm like, okay, can we stall? And they're like, no, because they want to stay on times. Like, shit. So because in this building, there's a lot of step down stoops that go into these doors that are in the basement area of this church. There's like a little stoop in this dark corner. I couldn't help it anymore. I just fucking popped a squat right there on that stoop. Shit, like it came out in seconds. Fucking thankfully it was all clean and shit. Popped the squat. And I'm sitting there going, Jesus, if those church people find it, I don't know if they're going to think it's an act of God or terrorism. I'm like, so I haven't told anybody about it. But holy man, I had to shit.
So are we the first podcast that you've ever said that story about?
Yep.
Yeah, we got a shit story on the podcast.
Yeah, first shit story.
We got some really holy shit here.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Chat, we need to have a holy shit. Chat, we need to have a holy shit chant.
Oh, that is
have a holy shit chant.
The other reason why I decided this shit, well, because Lufisto told me a long time ago, and it's stupid, but it's kind of like a superstition. If you take a shit before your match,
motherfucker,
you're supposed to use the pocket pussy after we're done, bro.
Nick just took a shit.
No, I stubbed my fucking toe. On the fucking damn.
He's just full of it today. Yeah, he made me lose track. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
You said you were talking about Lufisto?
Yeah, you talking about Lufisto.
Oh, Lufisto told me a long time ago. She said, if you shit before your match will be good because you left the shit in the toilet.
There you go.
I shit every day. Like, if I take a nice shit before a match, I will walk out saying, guys, this is going to be a good day. I just took
walking like
maybe I got to take a toilet before.
You know what? Maybe I need to take that approach before I go to work.
Yeah, I just took a shit in the parking lot.
You shit, shower, and shave before work.
Well, I usually shower and shave. I don't have to take a shit until I get to work. I clock in, then I go to the bathroom.
I mean, I don't have to take a shit.
Get paid for it.
I don't have to take a shit until after I get home, and I work 12-hour shifts.
So my kids will not poop in school.
Well,
I'm glad you mentioned that because I never did that. Well, I mean, that was, and I mean a handful of times I shit at school. Like I was not deathly afraid, but I didn't care for public restrooms. That's just me. Specifically, like a Walmart, I don't really care for a Walmart bathroom. I don't care where it's at.
This is the first for us, man.
I don't literally the other day. I had to go to Walmart, and it's like, man, I have to really take a big ass shit. Like I have to take a shit,
So
and it's like
I've learned if you take a shit in a public place and you've got a song queued up and ready, give me any song, doesn't matter what song it is.
Yeah,
makes it a little bit more unnerving for other people and better for you. Because
if I sing "Don't Stop Believing,"
yes, I did. Never Gonna Give You Up the other day.
There you go. There you go.
That son of a bitch.
I like that.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you.
What's the alternative? They hear plops. Come on now. I'm a fucking lady.
I try to cough. I cough to mask it, so I'll be like.
No, but like I was facing a bad dilemma. Should I shit in a Walmart bathroom, or do I shit on myself? And I'm not gonna shit on myself. So, yeah, I had to. And my local Walmart is like nasty as hell. Like they don't clean up. They don't do none of that shit. So I had to risk it.
You got a bout of crabs along with your bowel release. Yeah.
Possible. But
Oh my God.
like literally, I had to. All right, show me clean toilet. And like, sure enough, I was like, all right, good. Oh no, it wasn't. It was just. It was actually not bad, and my camera's out of focus.
She's like, yep, gotta line up for a fourth one on this one.
Hey, this is a damn good episode.
It's 3.
Yeah, this is the third one, Dan.
Why are you judging?
Christ.
Not at all.
Yeah, why are you fucking counting?
I'm not. I love weed.
Why are you counting? I feel judged. I feel very judged. Now you're not my favorite.
No judgment. No judgment.
Yeah.
No, that's bullshit. Fuck him.
I'm the favorite. Suck it.
No, but
I want to make T-shirts that say I'm Aunt Mickie's favorite.
Hey,
Dad.
Dad, suck it. Ow! God damn it.
You keep taking bumps tonight.
I stubbed my toe on the desk and I just almost sat on my balls. Fuck.
Come on, your balls are not that big.
Or do you have old man saggy balls?
You know what? No, sure.
No, what?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well, at least you're not the scariest dick I've ever seen.
I would ask, but this is a wrestling podcast.
I'll tell you, it's a wrestler.
Joey, get ready.
So, when I was, like I said, a lot of my matches that I did was for dumb luck because I happened to show up and had my gear, right place, right time. And we were wrestling a show in Indiana, some kind of obscure building. And Too Cold Scorpio was on the show, but his opponent didn't show up. And I just happened to luck into wrestling fucking Too Cold Scorpio. Shit, yeah. So he was late getting there because of the weather, because we were up in northern Indiana and it's wintertime.
Yeah.
And so he gets there, and I was always told to pop a squat next to the vet. You listen to them, whatever they say goes, blah, 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 right? So there was no other chairs, so I just sat on the floor kind of in front of him off to the side right here. And he starts getting dressed while he's talking to me, going over everything. As he's talking to me, he like has this towel over top, and he takes off his pants, he's doing something, and next thing you know, I see something from under, like the towel's right at his knees. I see something from under, it like rolled out. It was like, and I was like, what is, and it was his dick. And I was like, I'll come back. No, then we were all, it was fucking huge, bro. It was really long. That's a shish kebab right there. That's not, that's like a horse dick. That's what, that's just, oh goodness. No, anyways. So
is it sad that I've heard we were all stories about that?
When we were all partying, he made a joke and he's like, so you wouldn't like a dick like that. And I was like, hell no, that scares the fuck out of me, man. I was like,
penetration.
Yes. Oh yeah. And so like, yeah, that's
decapitation.
Like, I was like, bro, I didn't need to see your dick. mean, it's a dick, but it was a dick, you know.
It was a dick.
This is the part of the show where we're about to get very dirty. So if you want to hear this story, subscribe to our special. No, I'm just joking.
We need to play the Pornhub, the little.
Yeah, that's what Joey should have did the first.
You know, a lot of the stuff that I've done has ended up on fetish sites.
Really now?
I'm on fetish sites for feet because of the barefoot thumbtack match. I'm on fetish sites. Look, why are you looking up? He's like, really though?
4K. Gordon 4K.
Yeah.
But I'm on the sites for the cunt monkey punch that I do.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm on fetish sites for that, or for they put me on fetish sites for like dom and sub shit. Because I guess some of the things I do is really sexual. So, you know, when in Rome. Look, now he's definitely looking. He's like,
we're gonna have the Pornhub intro for that one. No,
if I had more time, I probably would have ran OnlyFans during the COVID thing, but I worked at a hospital, so I didn't have any time.
I
probably would have
kinda,
made more money.
I don't remember that, but
I don't know if anybody would want to see my fat ass, but you know.
Oh,
I get a lot of people in my inbox that say they do.
I'm about to say, yeah, you'd be surprised nowadays. I mean,
oh no, I get people like I had some guy send me a message. He said, "Can I fuck you in the ass and take you to dinner?" And I was like, "That's a little reverse, like."
That's very straightforward, my guy. Like Jesus,
but it's reverse. Don't you normally go eat dinner? I mean, I guess you don't want me to load up if it's
like a dinner and a date. Well, hey, let's have some fun first. You want to eat first? No.
Can we go bowling? Can we go fucking bowling? Watch a terrible movie. I don't care.
It's like, I'm going to eat. You're just going to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
He's like, you wouldn't have happened to seen Unicorn Killer, right?
I had some guy wanted me to move in with him, me and my kids, after I started going through the divorce. He asked me to move in with him, that he would work and pay all the bills, but he wanted me to humiliate him and treat him like an animal and keep him in a kennel and let my kids be mean to him. And I was like, that's one of my 5 hard no's. I can't do that. I have 5 hard no's.
Nah.
With sex and wrestling. 5 hard no's.
I couldn't. I don't see how people like that.
So you've opened up these can of worms. What are these 5 hard no's?
Yeah.
No piss, shit, vomit, kids, or animals.
There you go.
Okay. I'll take it.
So if you say, hey, will you try? Yes, as long as it does not include one of those things, except for maybe one might be depending on the situation and the person. I don't know.
You know, this has been the most open podcast episode.
This is, I was just about to say that. Like,
I can't wait till I start my own podcast. Y'all have to come on that. I'm gonna do Aunt Mickie Talk Sex.
What is it?
What?
Aunt Mickie Talk Sex. I'm just gonna have random guests on, like Necro and Pondo and Schlack, and talking about like first times or weirdest place or anything.
I actually have.
Well, you know what? I'm already gonna say this.
Wait.
There you go.
I'm already gonna say this.
Look how cute.
That's that belt from Mexico.
Oh shit!
And that's my daughter when she was, I want to say 2 or 3.
So
it's my belt now. I ain't getting this back from Mexico.
Yeah.
Hold on. I actually want to show Mickie something really quick. This is my baby. Look. Let me find it.
And she did the intro for our podcast.
This is my little baby right here.
Oh, they're so cute when they're that age.
That's my little Pookie. She's my wrestling buddy.
I have no kids.
They're adorable when they're that age, and now my daughter's 11 and acting like she grown. And it's so weird though, because I have grown men scared of me, but yet if I threaten to whip my kids, they laugh at me because I never whip my kids. I don't whip my kids. I don't scream. I don't like screaming. I don't like yelling. I try to talk things out. It's their life. You know, I try to tell them the goods and the bads of all their decisions and let them choose, because it ain't my life. You're fucking up your own shit. I'm not going to fuck up your shit. So I try to do I don't like to be hovering or too much like to where, but I am always there. So like, even when I go to wrestling shows, a lot of times if it's not the more risque bookings, like, you know, XPW and some ICW shows, I'll take them with me. But I'm a parent. I can't believe parents bring their kids to those shows.
Oh, just about to ask you, have you ever brought your kids
so,
to a show? Like,
yeah.
Deathmatch show?
I used to not bring them around the Deathmatch. I would just bring them to regular shows when they were much younger. They would see me like the day after or something, and I'd have some cuts and tell them, Mommy just got a boo-boo and I'm fine, But my youngest, Jude, he's now 8. A couple years ago when I was out of town, he would sneak and watch me on ICW. Like, he'd sneak into the room with nobody else knowing, like my boyfriend or whoever was watching him. And he would watch me in these death matches and watch these death matches. And then he's like, Mommy, don't get mad. I watched your matches. I want to be there. I want to see it. And I'm like, I don't know, buddy. Talk to his dad. And I had to explain to him, I was like, this is much more violent thing. You don't do it. Mommy's been doing it for years. And Mommy's okay. Even if you think I'm not okay, it's going to be okay. So then he came to a wrestling show. It was ARW in Indy. And I had wrestled a 3-way match with me, Sadika, and Randy West. And he watched the show. And then afterwards, I made sure, like, I went and cleaned up, came back out, and I was like, see, I'm okay, buddy. Okay, Mommy's tough. Mommy's strong, because he's accident prone. He's had stitches and stuff already because he just falls and runs into shit. So he's definitely. And he goes, Mom, next time punch her in the ding ding. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, don't lose the next time. Punch her in the ding ding. I should scream. And I went, all right, buddy. My kids are I've never baby talked them because I never wanted them to grow up with that. It takes a while to get kicked out of it. My daughter, who's now 11, at 2 years old, she used the word perpendicular in a sentence and it made sense. I was like, what the fuck?
Kids these days
they definitely don't get their brains from me. For their dad, I don't know where they got it from, but yeah, like, I try to do age appropriate and I try to explain to certain things a certain way. And if they have problems, I do believe in therapy. So, I have a therapist because I have PTSD real bad, and anxiety and depression. So.
Yeah, I have therapy as well too. I actually just had a therapy session about 4 hours ago. I had a therapy session. I deal with seeing my mom's. Like, I have PTSD as well. I suffer from that. I actually found my mom. Huh?
So, are you PTSD or complex PTSD?
Just PTSD.
Okay, because now they're saying that there's something called a complex PTSD for people like me who keep falling in the same cycle of abuse throughout their life. So, like, I'm right now, the last 4 years, this Mickie you've seen isn't the Mickie that I've ever been.
The Mickie of old, yeah.
It's not, because that Mickie was sad, and I try to do better every day, and I still fight with the demons. I still fight with the bad, in the back of my head, I'm calling myself the worst possible names in the world, and I have to fight that every day and be like, you know what, I'm not a terrible mom. I'm doing okay. I'm guessing, but I'm making the best guess I can.
So I suffer from PTSD on 2 separate occasions. The first one being, and this is by far, this is the shoot. Both of you guys never heard of this. All right. This is the very first time I ordered Kayfabe. I used to be a firefighter, right? And we had a call one day, and it was a kid with special needs, and he was like 14 to 16, right? He didn't eat that day. He didn't drink, and they were on a camping trip, and he ended up passing out or almost drowned, but he ended up passing out. And I remember very well, I was like frozen in fear. Like, I was like, oh my God, what the hell I gotta do? And my fire captain comes up to me. He's like, dude, go grab the tank. Go do that. And it's like, I'm trying to do the CPR stuff, and I'm just, again, I'm frozen. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, this is my very first time seeing something like this, and it's like, oh my God, like, what if this kid's not breathing? What if this kid die? And come to find out, like, maybe like a couple hours later after we done all that, the kid ended up dying, right? He ended up dying, and it still to this day, it haunts me super bad. But fast forward a year later, my mom ended up having a super hyper extensive cardiac arrest, which is a silent heart attack. And I just got back home from work. She's watching Wheel of Fortune, right? And
just breathe, buddy. It's okay. Breathe it out.
Anyway, I literally was talking to her, and I remember very well that she called me new in you, right? And she would ask me, "Hey, Nunu, how was your day? How was your day at work?" I said, "Yeah, it was good, pretty awesome." And I go use the restroom, and I go change, and me and my girlfriend at the time, we got in a really bad fight, like super bad fight, to almost the point that we almost broke up. So literally, I was about to go outside, call a friend, talk about it, like, "Hey, how do I do this? How do I get all this stuff done?" Right? Come back in, and my mom was the type of person that if she was asleep, she would not move. Like it looked like as if she was fucking dead. Right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go play some WWE 2K19. I'm gonna just chill, just have a good time, right? Call up my girlfriend, talk to her, and I called her. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Sure enough, my mom's not moving, like at all. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I told my girlfriend, look, let me call you back. Mama's not moving at all. Like, I gotta do something. And mind you, I'm the only child. It's literally just me and my mom, right? My dad was hardly around. He was never around, pretty much. Just never around. So it was always been me and my mom. My mom was my dad, my mom, everything. Literally everything, right? And so I ended up calling one of her best friends, and I ended up calling the paramedics, right? And I remember we were doing CPR. You know, to the point I had to step out. I was like, bro, I can't do it. Just can't do it. And sure enough, fast forward about 2 hours later, about like 8:30, she ended up dying. Like it was confirmed she was dead. And it's something that goes on through my head, right? And it's today. I was supposed to have her headstone. Like we were supposed to have her headstone taken care of. I could take care of like Monday or Tuesday, like that. And sure enough, I have those things in my head. It's like, hey, it's your fault. Hey, you let her die. Hey, this happened to you. Hey, you could have saved her life. Hey, you could have done this. Hey, you could have done that. I'm like all that in my head. Yeah, it's, and we're almost in year 5.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm sorry, I'll get a little emotional. I apologize, chat. I apologize.
No, you're good, Bubba.
We all have to wear our pain one way or the other. Some of us use words, some of us use podcasts, some of us use wrestling. So our way of talking with the world.
And that's how this podcast was created. This is one of the reasons why this podcast was created. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
I think that's a good way to carry on her memory.
Yeah.
Like when my ultimate goal at the end of all of this is to, I want to do like what Dan Severin did and open up a training facility on a piece of property that I also live on. So that way I can put up dojos and showers and stuff in the gym, like a workout area, and then you have the dojo for people who can't afford to go back and forth, or for people who just want to come and train. It'll be open there for everybody, no matter what or if you can pay. And I want to kind of dedicate that to Tracy, because that's all Tracy did. Tracy just helped people. He didn't care if he watched your match. He'd tell you what you did wrong, but he was so quick to tell you what you did right too. I noticed that, because it balances it out. Because if you just tell somebody what they do wrong, they lose faith and defeated. Any normal greenhorn would. But if you tell them We did this wrong. However, I like this, this, and this. And I think you should do this more. Like, he built so many people up just from him being such a kind, compassionate, caring human being. I mean, there's so many people that he, over the years have claimed as his illegitimate kids. So I kind of want to keep his memory with that. Because I think that's one, I think when he died, I think we should have been allowed to have a service like for the wrestlers, which I understand his family didn't like wrestling stuff. And I was grateful they let me be there. But I think there's never really any closure in the wrestling world because we never officially had anything where it doesn't have wrestling at it. It's just wrestlers as a collective mourning the loss of their friend to have that closure.
Yeah.
But in that memorial, I'd like to carry on Tracy's legacy of constantly teaching and passing down. And he always believed in giving back, as much as you get. He said, if you keep taking from wrestling, you don't give back. What else is left? So, good guy.
Yeah,
so I get it.
That would be a great way to carry on Tracy's memory.
Yeah, absolutely. So. But I guess because we got a lot of emotional shit. Lord.
You brought it down, like bro.
Therapy session.
We were talking about dick and balls.
And now we're talking about dead bodies.
2 cold Scorpios. 2 cold Scorpios, man, dingo dick.
Okay, Dan. Right here. I actually heard a story that 2 cold Scorpios dick's super massive. Like I heard on some.
Just turned it here.
Well, no.
Yeah, I know.
Here, dummy.
I know.
It was some dirt sheet or something. Yeah, man. You had to hold his dick with 2 hands or whatever.
You going around looking for a wrestler's dick sizes?
No.
Well, on YouTube, on YouTube, they always ask the guest how big's Batista's dick.
You're the only one that would ask that question. Jesus.
No, I think there's been others. I'm pretty sure. Probably several family members for sure.
This is why we're looking for a new co-host of the show.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
He'll be here next week.
He said, "I'm herpes, bitch. I'll never go away."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how he is. No, so this is the part of the show where we would give the floor to our guests to promote their social media, where they're wrestling, what's their upcoming events, and all that stuff. So, Mickie, the floor is yours.
All right. So, in a couple weeks for XPW out in California, we are going to have Merry Christmas 2. Don't know who my opponent is yet, but it'll be my first title defense.
Nice.
I also have a link on my Facebook. It's Mickie Knuckles. I'm going to try to keep things simple for y'all. But if you go to my Facebook page, I have a link where you actually can go and watch the show. And it doesn't help that I get a kickback from it. Just saying. I got 3 kids and Christmas coming up.
She got kids.
Baby.
She's got kids.
My last match of the year is going to be versus JJ Escobar for
fuck yeah.
I don't think they know what they've gotten themselves into at Horror Slam. But I'm pretty excited about this match.
I know the guy.
Hey, didn't you wrestle him at Theater of Brutality?
No.
Okay.
JJ wrestled Masada at the last Theater of Brutality.
That's it. Because he's the guy with the white mask, right?
He's the one that wrestled Schlack.
Right here.
That's it.
He's the one that wrestled
why are you trying to
Schlack?
show me where I should set my face? My ass.
He wrestled Schlack in that backyard wrestling match. I think he hit Schlack put some fireworks in his ball sack or something. He put some rocket. He. What's the name? It's not fireworks.
I feel like this is going to be borderline uncomfortable.
Hey, put it in his crotch. I mean, how uncomfortable can you be?
We've talked about dicks and glass buttholes and everything.
Yeah,
I don't think anything can reach uncomfortable.
Okay, so promoters kind of talk to me a little bit differently than they have before. For example, I showed up at a WSU show and it was the main event, and DJ said, "Mickie, we're supposed to be women superstar uncensored." I was like, "Okay, what do you want me to do?" He's like, "I don't care, but just be uncensored." I was like, "Do you want me to tell you or just do it?" He said, "Just do it." And I wrestled Jules Malone in that match, and stuck a crutch. Like I put the crutch in my mouth, spit on it, and it slobbed it up and stuck it up her poop chute. And I put it in a tree well in the corner, and the camera was right there where her vagina is, like right here, perfect. And I started headbutting her in the vagina while she's in the tree well, and then I bit her vagina, and you could see me like her vagina's here. I was like,
"Yo, that's so gnarly! That is so gnarly!"
I'm officially looking that up right now.
Yep.
I'm in Superstar Uncensored, Mickie Knuckles versus Jules Malone. And we've been friends ever since. Just saying.
Fucking Dan turns his camera off.
Dan's like, I gotta go watch some private.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm on the podcast. Y'all just do the outro. I'm gonna check out the
on
match.
that note.
Pay no attention to the noises with the.
Yeah, you hear that in the background.
All you hear is.
And then you hear. Oh, me gusta.
Oh, me gusta.
Oh, me gusta.
Ay, papi, me gusta.
Yeah.
Dan's catchphrase. Which I'm almost tempted to call our Patreon. If you ever do get a Patreon, we call them a Gusta Club.
That's going to be my last show of the year. So I figured we'll end it with a bang, pick back up. And then I've got several shows. You'll have to follow me because I've got them listed.
I got you. I got you as a friend on Facebook, so I see all your stuff.
I'm going to England in February, and maybe I can be going to Japan soon, so that would be cool. Because I've never been. I was asked several times, but because I was Ian Rotten's trainee and they didn't want him, I wasn't allowed to go because he said I wasn't ready.
Hopefully, really quick. Hopefully, if you get to go to Japan, hopefully you get to wrestle in Korakuen. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Also,
like the Madison Square Garden, yeah.
Yep.
Joey banned me from doing this, but I keep getting a text from Hulk Hogan.
No,
Hulk Hogan wanted me to be part. He asked me to be part of the podcast. So yeah,
he was wanting me to get down and dirty with him.
Oh, I got that fan blowing right on my crotch.
Come on, Joey.
Put the brakes on it. I said, brother, that's not my.
Come on, Joey.
Oh, I forgot that I had the audio sharing off. I played the clip.
Dun, 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 dun,
He was wanting me to get down and dirty with him.
Oh, I got that fan blowing right on my crotch.
Put the brakes on it. I said, brother, that's not my deal. Not into the strictly dickly stuff. Thank you very much, brother, but I'm going back to professional wrestling.
Thank you, Hulk. We'll see you next
Hogan.
week, brother. On that note,
And then you can find me on Twitter. I'm Bloody Mickie on Twitter. I'm on Instagram as Mickie Knuckles. And if you reach out to me, I'm pretty good about getting it back. If I don't get it back right away, guys, I work 2 other jobs, wrestle and have 3 kids. Bear with me. It's going to get there. It might be a 3 o'clock in the morning thing, but I'll get to it. So
you may get a text from me.
Okay.
You may get a text.
What kind of text?
He's like, "Hi, my name's Nick. Hi, my name's Nick. I know I'm not as big as Too Cold Scorpio, but it's not the size of the boat. It's the motion of the ocean.
Not the size of the dog. It's the fight of the dog. Damn it.
Yeah.
I know, but what you talking about all these dogs?
I know.
My
I'm not
word is
even.
nice.
He's like, I know I'm not even close to Virgil, but I'm.
Hey man, you ain't gotta go to Virgil, bro. You ain't gotta do Virgil. Nah, don't compare me to Virgil. Then I cut him up too.
But I do know I tell people all the time that you should try to have sex with a fat chick at least once. There's reasons, right? 1, they always like putting things in their mouth. That's why we're so fat. 2, if you can help them lose weight by offering to put your dick in their mouth instead of food, they're going to be forever grateful. 3, they try harder. And 4, come on, you know what that tongue do.
So I want you to send me that link to that podcast when you start it up, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta be a guest on the show. Specifically me and it. No, I'm joking. Joe can definitely come on.
I want to do a lot of live broadcasts too from locations with people around, and then have to put up signs with "We are talking about sexual content. Do not step past this point if you want no part of it."
Viewer discretion is advised.
Then if you put a sign up and they still come near, it's not my fault.
It's like do not. It's
Okay,
like a video. Hold on. It's like a video store. Do not walk through the beaded curtain unless you're 18 and up.
Yep.
It wasn't my fault.
You might even get a beaded curtain. Just the random beaded curtain. Everything else is open, but just random beaded curtain just for that feel. Like the dirty backdoor porn shop.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Who doesn't like porn? If you don't like porn, you're a damn liar. You are a damn
Dan.
liar. You are a damn
Yeah,
liar.
Dan.
No, fuck that. I'm a lover of porn.
Yeah, Joey.
I like the stories. I'm a big fan of the storylines. I don't know why. I like watching the stories.
So okay, look. Okay, so you've no, shut up, Nick. Shut up, Nick. You've opened up a can of worms before that one before we. So when I was young, I loved getting to the straight fucking action, right? Now since I'm older, I want to know why they're fucking. Like I just want to know why.
Did you make it make sense? Come on, man. You don't have to make a lot of sense. He's got a pool and he's brought the pizza. Cool. I got it.
Yeah,
you did double duty.
Yeah.
I want to do double duty. I want
to know why that pizza driver got a good tip. Like, what's his?
I bet he did got a good tip. I bet he did.
I mean, was the service
she has gotten the tip?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean. Pegging's love too. I've had a lot of people that you don't think that would be into pegging, like big men, offer to have me peg them, and I'm like,
This is not Deadpool. It's not Deadpool. Happy International Women's Day.
I have Deadpool right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He's right. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas scene where Jack's crying on the hill and he's riding Zero through the.
That's badass.
Nice.
That's badass right there.
I'm gonna hide little cartoon Deadpools all over my body. Like I want him holding up my butt cheek. Like it's the world, like the strongest man thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I want Morticia Gomez over here, but I want Deadpool behind a headstone in the background jerking it, but you don't know who he's jerking it to. So, you know, take it how you will. I want I'm doing this one's Alice in Wonderland. So that's Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
On the other side, I'm gonna do an Alice in Wonderland graveyard scene with all like Mad Hatter and all their graves. In the middle, do the Red Queen and have him pissing on the Red Queen's grave. So I like it.
So I will definitely have to say, and I think Nick will get a chuckle off of this one. Nick Mondo definitely ain't gonna want to be on our show if he watches this episode, huh?
Oh no. Yeah, so we try to get Sick Nick Mondo on the show, right? A while back.
Yeah.
And this is around the time that
isn't he like real religious now? Not hating or nothing. I'm just asking. Didn't he like?
By the way, you might want to fix your camera.
We got old little boy in his skivvies back there.
Driving you nuts?
No.
Oh no.
You know what? I'm gonna go get my skivvies right now.
Please don't. There goes a neighborhood if that's the case. No, but I try to get Sick Nick Mondo on there because, you know, I try to message him. We had a lot of conversation. And it was around the time that Vince McMahon had got busted for like sexual harassment towards other women and all that bullshit.
Like that was a surprise, guys?
Yeah, that's exactly.
That happened for years.
And Mondo ended up watching our Vince McMahon episode. And he didn't like it. He hated it. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, it was like he considered it immature.
Well,
because we were making dick jokes about a sexual thing going on.
I actually have.
Okay.
I actually have the actual text.
I didn't know somebody that took a weed whacker to the stomach would be so offended by dick jokes.
and take a dive up the 2-story building. Yeah, this is what he said, and I quote. I sound like Michael Cole. Nick, you seem like a really cool guy. You're respectful with me, and I appreciate that. I checked out your podcast. However, episode 26, which is the Vince McMahon episode, and it opens with your friends cussing you out and making dick jokes. I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, cool, no disrespect, but that's not the kind of conversation I want to join in. If your format eventually evolves, which, yeah, Nick, it evolved, okay? It definitely... We got we had Madman Pondo.
I will say all the dirty jokes, so we're good.
We had Madman Pondo. We had Kid Cash on the show. Really, bro?
Different strokes, different folks, you know.
Thank you. Thank you. And
I'm
you're
not
interviewing
everybody's-
guests and a smoother approach. Send me a sample. Best wishes, band.
Smoother.
Yeah. I mean, I'll upgrade my camera, upgrade my monitor, upgrade my desktop. Lots of money. So I guess this is what he's talking about. I don't know. It could be talking about Dan. Fuck if I know. But yeah, I ended up cutting a shoe promo on him. Because I was pretty pissed about that.
Well, I mean, he could have gone about it in a dickish manner, I guess.
This was the
Yeah,
guy that I used to watch all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Aside from like Xandig with your Jesus with all this shit, you know, and it's like this is coming from the guy that took a freaking bump off the goddamn 2-story building and take a weed whacker to his stomach. But we'd make dick jokes. Call it Degeneration X. Anyway, sorry, a little rant right there. With that being said, Mickie, I want to thank you to be a part of the show. You have been an absolute brilliant guest. Don't ever fucking change, and I mean that shit.
Yeah, please don't. Don't.
Fucking awesome.
And you are welcome on our podcast
any fucking time. I will personally message you. Like, hey, be part of the show. And no more Frozen out on my end. Thank God.
Yeah, go. Hey, yeah, Tim, I got to go. Tim was in a car accident tonight. I got to go check on him after the podcast.
Tim, I hope you're doing all right, brother. I hope you're doing good. So with that being said, I hope you like our episode tonight. It got a little too long, but I mean, it is what it is.
Fuck it. Who cares?
Fuck it. Who cares? It got emotional. I do apologize on my end.
That's your fault, yeah.
It is what it is. I've been drinking a little bit, so it is what it is. Anyway, with that being said, if you like our content, please head on over to youtube.com/World of Kayfabe Podcast and subscribe. Also, tap that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content whenever we upload a video. Please also check out our Twitch channel. We're live on Twitch. Go follow us up on there. We're on the road to 50 followers. We're about to get affiliated. Come on, guys. Follow your boys at What a Kayfabe Podcast. What the hell y'all doing? But I will say this. If you prefer to not see our faces, and in that case, I don't blame you, go check on over to our audio part, our Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Play.
All the shit.
All of them.
All of them. Any of your favorite podcast streaming service, we're there. Just look us up, World of Kayfabe. You can't miss it. And as always, this is the sick one, which, by the way, yeah, I am the sick one. Sick Nick Venom. I'm about to say Sick Nick Mondo. Sick Nick Venom. Along with my two good friends, Stacker the Crocker, and Dan the Mother Effing Man. And we are out. Dan hit us with that track. Oh, not Dan. Joey hit us with a track.
Gentlemen, as you know, the Ultimate Warrior. Fuck it. It's publicly stated that. Damn it, who put that up? Is that $200 an hour?
That's all.
Oh, me gusta.